program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We're honored to continue and share the teachings of the founding. Hello, everybody. Go ahead and let people into our live Zoom. So if you are watching us on any of our live streams or even watching a replay and you would like to join us live, please go to dailywithdoczoom.com. That is Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time, 1 o'clock Mountain time, 2 o'clock Central Time, and 3 o'clock Eastern Time for those of you who are here. We are worldwide, even down in South Africa, where we are broadcasting throughout all of our platforms. Folks, we are on so many different platforms, I don't even have them memorized yet, which I think is absolutely fantastic because the information that you're going to be hearing today is not geographically relevant. It's worldwide relevant, folks. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the hostess of this program, Daily with Doc, I am honored to be able to bring to you empowering information that allows you as an individual to make and fine-tune different things going on in your life to put you on a path, on a journey to better health, optimal health. Wherever it is that you're at, as long as you're sucking air, you can do things to help. So, I don't know how long I was muted. How long was I muted for, guys?
30 seconds.
30 seconds? All right. So, folks, you are empowered. You are an empowered individual, and those fine little tweaks and tuning that you're going to hear on today's program that are not hard. They're not hard at all. Will lead you on a path to better health, to find better or even optimal wellness when it comes to your health or your family's health or your community's health. We're working on the world. So share this program with others. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook and Patreon and Spotify and oh, there's so many. I've got to memorize them. I promise I will. But again, my name is Becca Dukes. And if I do have to let you know, it is a FDA requirement that I let you know that this program is for educational purposes only on the importance of nutritional supplementation. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, and we do recommend that you work with your doctors when starting a quality supplementation program because, folks, it is proven science that we are continually making cells. So when you're continually making something and the stuff going into making it is better and improving cells and cell function, then what do you think has to do with the chemicals that are controlling or managing a poor health situation? They're going to be absorbed more. So we really encourage that you work with your primary care physician, because as your body is gaining wellness and becoming better nutrified, it will need less of that chemical that is being used to manage. About managing, folks. We're all about giving the body what it needs to do what it was designed to do. And that's not just barely survive, that is thrive. So if you were invited by somebody specific to watch this program, make sure that you get back with them. Tell them thank you. We are a resource to an amazing community of coaches, health coaches, certified holistic health coaches, many of them graduates of the Institute of Holistic Health through their certified holistic health coach course. You can find more information about that course at Coach with Doc, that's DOC, coachwithdoc.com. Now, if you are new and have never spoken to anybody about Dr. Wallach, any of the products that he represents or the company that he founded, we invite you to get a hold of one of my team. You can go to dailywithdoc.com, and there's a contact us function there. You can also call our 800 number, 855-949-3377. Again, 855-949-3377. Now, we are health coaches. We are not medically trained. We have not gone through 8 years of college plus residency, all that stuff. We are trained on the importance of nutrition. So if you've got a pharmaceutical question, you need to get with your doctor, you need to get with your pharmacist and ask those questions. When it comes to nutrition, and based on what Dr. Wallach would recommend for you, based on the symptoms and the disintegration that's going on within the body, you're in the right place. So without further ado, I would like to bring on with me the one, the only, Dr. Joel Wallach. So Dr. Wallach, he studied plants and soils and everything going on there. He became a doctor of veterinary medicine, where he has, through that study to become a doctor of veterinary medicine, he found the cause of a mass die-off of pollution that affects the thyroid. And folks, if you're having thyroid issues and you're eating processed meats, yeah, he has already figured that out. So listen up. I know it's like an epidemic right now, Dr. Wallach, with thyroid issues. Hyper. It's just crazy. And then if that wasn't enough, he also found the first non-human case of cystic fibrosis, which was said to be a human genetic condition, folks. He found the cause of it, and he was also able to reverse the condition in a whole colony of monkeys. And yeah, that's not what they wanted to hear. So they fired him. He went back to school to become a naturopathic physician, where he is using all of his education, including over 30,000 autopsies, through his postdoctorate in pathology, 3 of them, to help us as humans and our fur babies, featherbed babies, our gill babies. Okay. So Dr. Wallach, welcome to A Daily with Doc. What great information do you have to share with us today?
Well, you said a great story there. You shared a great story. And of course, the results of the NIH grant, $21 million, was at the Washington University in St. Louis there. And the text, my thesis, is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure, because I proved there were no genetically transmitted diseases. Okay, all diseases said to be transmitted genetically or autoimmune, bodies attacking themselves. No, are all just simple nutritional deficiencies. And so I was very, very proud of that. And we had to sue the FDA in federal court 8 times, my great attorney, Jonathan Nemord, and I, to be able to put these nutrients into baby formulas, Enfamil, Similac, and the like. And we were able to get rid of cystic fibrosis. We were able to get rid of muscular dystrophy. They fired Jerry Lewis. The Cystic Fibrosis Foundation fired Jerry Lewis summarily, put a gag order on him so he couldn't tell people he had found the cure. And the next day, they shut down his telethon. And even though he had raised $2.6 billion for them over 46 years in the telethon, this was September 4th, 2011. They fired him in 2000. Let's see here, September 5th, 2011. They shut down his telethon. Terrible, terrible story. And then, of course, the whole idea that these diseases are genetic is out the window. Now, today, I want to talk about the, let's see here, let's talk about something really big. Let's talk about the metabolic syndrome. Okay, metabolic syndrome makes up 25% of the American population. Extreme abdominal obesity, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, these kinds of things. And it's one of those things where it costs a great deal of money. It costs per person, okay, with just obesity, okay, just the obesity is part of it, costs $40,873 per year per person, okay? And 25% are obese, and then you throw them into the metabolic syndrome, okay? And then, of course, you also have high blood pressure in the metabolic syndrome, okay? We spend $131 billion a year just treating the high blood pressure. And then you also have type 2 diabetes with the metabolic syndrome, okay? We're looking at $342 billion a year just to treat the diabetes part. And it's very, very scary stuff, okay? How much we're spending for a simple nutritional deficiency disease. I mean, we're America. Nobody should be nutritionally deficient. You have access to all these wonderful products that actually prevent it and reverse it. Nobody should be suffering. Nobody should be suffering from metabolic syndrome. Nobody should be suffering from diabetes. Nobody should be suffering from high blood pressure. Nobody should be suffering from obesity. These are all simple nutritional deficiency diseases. So we have a program for this. Of course, the thyroid issues, that was scientific study I did. I was involved with a mass die-off. 500 lambs died in one night. They were perfectly normal one day. The next morning, they were all dead. And the farmer bought me 50 of these dead lambs, and they all had goiter. They all had, their blood was black, not dark red, but black. And I asked the farmer, I said, gosh, what about the rest of the lambs? He said, oh, they're all dead. All 500 were dead this morning. Oh my gosh, did they show any sickness the day before? No, they were perfectly normal the day before. Okay. Do you live, is your farm around other farms? Oh yeah, I'm surrounded by farms. Okay, what kind of animals? None. It's all just raising grain. And what kind of fertilizer they use? Well, they all use nitrate fertilizer. I need a couple of 5-gallon buckets full of the water from the pond that they were drinking from. So he calls his people, and then within 2 hours I had that. We did the testing. Sure enough, there was enough nitrates in that drinking water to kill a herd of elephants. Okay. And what happened was, for 6 months, this was December 1963, just before Christmas, these lambs were perfectly healthy. And in mid-Missouri, the temperatures run in December in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 40s, 50s, 30s, 40s, 50s, not too unusual. And that's what was happening. But the night they all died, the temperature dropped to 16, and they all died of hypothermia because their thyroids were all dead. That was my first scientific publication. And Marlon Perkins, the old Mutual Omaha Wild Kingdom show, used that study to get the $21 million grant from NIH, which went to Washington University in St. Louis, and I was a pathologist on the project. 10 years, over 20,000 autopsies. My thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute of Natural Treasure. I'm very, very proud of that. The book form of my thesis sells for $25,000 each, or sometimes $35,000 each, depending on what country you're in. But we do of that, okay, thesis. It's called Epigenetics. I'm one of the founders, co-founders of the science of epigenetics. And that is essentially a thumbnail sketch. What was in that book we sell for $25,000 to $35,000 on the 20,000 autopsies, showing that there are no genetically transmitted diseases. So epigenetics is where most people are going to buy, because you just have to pay $25, not $25,000. Spend $25, get the same information. Everybody needs that book. Okay, that's the beginning of epigenetics, the death of the false science. Okay. And of course, the false science was, of course, that everything was caused by genetics. And that is not true. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. So with all that said, we have programs to, within weeks, I tell people, give me 90 days, but usually within weeks. I don't care how long you've had your type 2 diabetes, it's gone. I don't care how long you've been obese. And being obese is due to, and the metabolic syndrome is due to nutritional deficiencies. Particularly, you develop a behavior called pica, P-I-C-A, pica, and you just eat and eat and eat. And Frank, this is your 13th meal today. Well, I'm still hungry. Well, that's because they're nutritionally deficient, particularly of minerals. They're deficient in minerals. They develop this behavior called pica, and they eat and they eat and they eat. You get them on one healthy, was our keto shake. It's a meal replacer. It's not to add to a meal. Okay, comes in chocolate and strawberry. And one meal a day, doesn't have to be the same meal every day. And take the 90 essential nutrients to one healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight. To weigh 135, 150 pounds. You throw in one healthy brain and heart pack, you get about 150 pounds. You want to start taking 2 healthy brain and heart packs, 2 bottles of MSM. So you take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. Doesn't hurt to throw in, let's see here, the rebounder sports drink. Don't forget evening drink. Don't forget that keto shake. Remember, it's a meal replacer. It's not to be added to a meal. And we have the sweeties for the diabetes. 3 of those twice a day. Don't cold turkey off your medication, but as your blood sugar begins to drop, you can slowly reduce it. Usually within a couple of weeks, you won't be a diabetic anymore. And the same thing with high blood pressure. These are Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Go ahead and take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. And high blood pressure, where we spend $131 billion a year, okay, just to treat the symptoms. Don't cold turkey off the medication, but as the blood pressure begins to drop, you can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. Obesity, we spend $260 billion for that alone, okay? And the medical system is making trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars a year just treating simple nutritional deficiency diseases. So I urge you, do your part, get away from the bad stuff, so you maximize it. It's meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, brown, rye, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and carbonated water, because they neutralize stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals and digest food. The good Lord gave us the ability to make stomach acid so we could absorb minerals and digest food. Don't try and neutralize or eliminate stomach acid. It's part of your healthy lifestyle, and you'll add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life when you get all that in balance. People say, well, I tried all these nutrients and didn't work. Well, did you get off of gluten? Well, no. I mean, I have spaghetti for lunch. I have pancakes for breakfast and bread for dinner. And well, there you go. That's because you're not absorbing the nutrients. If you're not absorbing them, they're all coming out, and the only individuals making any benefit out of all the nutrients you're taking are the viruses, bacteria, and fungus in the what do
In
you
the body?
say again?
Okay. So they're definitely not benefiting the body either, Dr. Wallach. And
No.
using the nutrition, I've tried all those other ones, and no, they didn't work. But using your synergistic formulas, I was able to lose 100 pounds.
Wow.
And I did keto, and used the keto shake, and yes, good foods, bad foods. I focused on the good foods, Dr. Wallach, and the good foods that were not high in carbohydrates. So I left the bad foods alone, focused on those that are on the good food side that are low in carbohydrates. And that's how I lost my 100 pounds.
Yeah, and a good food, bad food list is in the book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. And every family needs to have that. There's 300 pages of safe cooking recipes, lists the good foods, bad foods very clearly. And septic tank is the word I was looking for. Okay. Just
Most people are on a
in
sewer
the
system.
septic tank, when they it's kind of like the sewer on a farm. They get the
Yeah.
benefit of all the nutrients coming through. Okay. And so we got to watch it. We got to do everything right, and you'll get the benefits of all these nutrients. I have so many famous people. Of course, we have this chart coming out here, this flip chart. Okay, it's coming out soon. Or did we get the last two bids so we know what we're doing here?
I did get one, and I had the last one ask me one more question that I responded to. So
Quick.
it's
Okay, well, there
closer.
you go. 72 pages, and it has a lot of the famous people, athletes.
Yeah, so you're not
Oh,
muffled.
Okay, athletes. Okay, we're talking about singers, actors and actresses. We're talking about people who are in the government. We're talking about pastors and rabbis. I have pictures of me with, as we dealt with they and their families' problems, just with just nutrition. And all the medical doctors, all the top medical doctors in the world couldn't help them, and just nutrition solved their problems. So there you go.
There you go, folks. You know, epigenetics, Dr. Wallach was talking about, and he didn't see, but I was holding that up while he was talking about it. This is my favorite book. No, my second favorite book. Next to the Bible, this book gave me the most hope, because I was told that I had genetic conditions that I would just have to live with and manage the rest of my life. And I wasn't okay with that, because that management, most of it I couldn't do because of being allergic to the pain meds that they were wanting to put me on. And now I don't need any of them. And it's all because I heard about Dr. Wallach. I followed his program. I drank the Kool-Aid, folks. Okay. And it doesn't taste bad, and it really does work. So, Dr. Wallach, I contribute where I am today, physically, mentally, to you. So I appreciate you so much, and all of the work that you have done, the books that you have written, everything that's gone into making this information available, that it is my honor and privilege to be able to bring that to new levels through this program, Daily with Doc.
Well, we can't thank you enough, because you could have just gotten better and walked away, but you have spent a good portion of your adult life in getting this information out to other people and helping them get the same good results that you got. And I cannot thank you enough. You're an angel of God. Thank you for all the good things you do.
Well, at least the last 3+ years, Dr. Wallach. So, because I didn't find you until about 7.5, coming up on 8 years ago, 7.5 years ago. So yeah, amazing, folks, what the body can do when you give it the right stuff. As I mentioned, our products are not heal or cure anything, but the body has that innate ability to use the right nutrition and put it to work within to manufacture what the body needs for health overall, whether it's healthier blood, healthier digestive system, healthier brain, healthier heart, healthier kidneys. I mean, it's all connected. And there's over 600 poor health conditions that have been linked to nutritional deficiencies.
Mm.
It's simple. I don't understand why people make it so hard, Dr. Wallach.
Well, that's because they've been taught the doctor are second only to God. And when a doctor says, don't waste your money on vitamins and minerals, just eat right, you get everything you need, people say, well, my doctor says I can get everything I need just from eating right. Well, those doctors should be put in jail, because you cannot. Plants do not make minerals, and minerals make up 2/3 of the 90 minerals. Plants do not make minerals. Plants take carbon dioxide out of the air and make vitamins, amino acids, fatty acids. That's true. but those 60 minerals comes from the soil. Now, here's a scary thing. Nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver. And there's some places, the land flowing with milk and honey, where people live a long, healthful life. And there's other places where they eat the same recipes, and they don't get the same results. Why is that? Well, because if you're living in the land flowing with milk and honey, you're getting all these minerals, because the milk is not cow's milk or goat's milk. It is glacial milk. Okay, when you look at the Hunzas, their average life expectancy is 120 because they have all of the glaciers grinding up the rocks up in the mountains, the Himalayan mountains. They drink that glacial milk water. They use it in cooking. They use it to fertilize their gardens and fields and irrigate their gardens and fields. They live to be 120. They don't have a single medical doctor. We have the medical doctors in the world. Just ask them. And yet our life expectancy is only 75.
Glacial milk for irrigating the crops. That's how you get the nutrition in the food, folks. And when you're not doing that, when the water that is being used to water does not have the minerals, you're getting empty food.
Okay, well, what happened? What happened in 1882 that changed everything? We went to electricity. For thousands and thousands of years, 3,000 years or more, we were getting our minerals supplements from the wood ashes and coal ashes we were putting into our food, we were putting into the gardens and the fields as fertilizer. And wood ashes and coal ashes are 95% minerals and 2 or 3% carbon. Well, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, Thomas Edison pulled the switch on the first commercial electric generating plant, and that was the beginning of the end for our health. Because by 1900, suddenly now we had over 50 new diseases nobody had ever seen before, and doctors said, "Oh, these are science of genetics had just been discovered." Okay, so it's a genetic thing, and that's why all these people are coming down with these diseases, and it's not true. There are no genetically transmitted disease. Well, we have 5 people in my family with the same disease. Well, they're all eating the same recipe or live in the same county or whatever, and there's something they're doing the same. It is not a genetic disease, even if you have 5 people in your family with the same disease.
And I did. I mean, I had my mother, my aunts, all having some of these same conditions, which then is how the doctors were able to justify, I have it because of genetics. Well, if it's genetic, then I wouldn't have been able to reverse anything. Not saying that our products treat, cure, reverse anything, but folks, I posted on my Facebook page, Dr. Wallach, before and after pictures that have been going on back for the last 10 years, just 10 years, and the changes. And I've had people reach out and say, there's no way possible you can be aging backwards. Well, I am. I love it. Absolutely love it. So for all those X's, yeah. Dr. Wallach, let's go to some hands. We have some hands here with us. And folks, if you are live with us and you would like to ask Dr. Wallach a question, go ahead and raise your virtual hand. Go to the reactions button in the Zoom menu, and you'll find that raise hand option. If you are out on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Truth Social, all of the different locations that we are now streaming, and you would like to join us live, go ahead and pop on over to dailywithdoc.zoom.com, Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time. So Dr. Wallach, let's go up, and Miriam, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello, my friend, and welcome to Daily with Doc.
Hey, Becca. Hey, Dr. Wallach.
Hey.
Thank you for taking my call. I have 2 questions if there's time for both of them, for 2
Go
different
for it.
questions. Okay. The first one is I know someone who gets migraines. I used to get migraines and I no longer get migraines, but I've taken so many products. Could you tell me exactly what to recommend to her to help her head feel better?
Okay, well, there's many things could be going on there. Okay. She needs to be getting rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no barley, iron, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, no buckwheat, no carbonated diet drinks, no carbonated water. And then per 100 pounds of body weight, do you have any idea how much she weighs?
About my size, 100 pounds.
Okay, 100 pounds, that's one healthy brain and heart pack per month, a half of those twice a day, 1 bottle a month of the MSM, so you take 3 twice a day. Okay. She can take 3 of those twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of Synaptive. She also needs the I-26. We have the chewables, we have the pills, we have the powder. I want her to have 3 doses of I-26 a day, and that's going to help her rebuild the white matter in the brain and spinal cord. Okay. So, does she just have things going on there because she has low blood sugar, all that kind of stuff? Well, does she have diabetes or high blood pressure?
I don't know. I was going to recommend these things to her, but I can call with her sometime if that's
Yeah.
better.
Okay. Well, go ahead. No, go ahead and just give her that recipe and let's start her there. Let's see how we do.
Okay, great.
Second one quickly.
I have been on the 90 for life for maybe 10 years and my health has improved so much, but I was not paying attention to my eyes and I was just diagnosed with glaucoma. So can you tell me what I should add to my program?
Okay, well, glaucoma in the eye, right? Okay, so you get rid of all the bad foods you get on how much you weigh? You said 100 pounds kind of thing. Okay, so 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month, a half of those twice a day, 1 bottle a month of the MSM. Go ahead and take 3 of those twice a day. Synaptive, take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. The I-26, you want 3 servings a day. I like the chewables myself, but the pills and capsules, we sell a lot of those. Okay, but also the Occutive. I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. They're small bottles. Okay, so you need 2 of those bottles a month. And you can have osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the optic nerve, the optic artery, and the optic vein, causing the pressure to go up in the eye. Okay. And there you go. So give it a shot and then give us a call because you're going to have a great story.
Great. Thank you.
Good. Yeah. Don't let them talk you into surgery.
Okay. No way.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Miriam. Great questions. And yes, I'm so glad. So I've been following Miriam for a little bit and she's just vibrant. I love it. Dr. Wallach, let's go to the next question. And I'm going to call on David. So David, go ahead and let me see if we can get you unmuted, my friend. He's had his other hand up and contacted me before. So David, go ahead and unmute, please.
Yeah, I've unmuted. I'm not sure about the background sound. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You hear me? Okay. Okay. Great. Hey Doc. I'll be talking with you next week about the egg and the cholesterol thing like I talked about on Fred's that time. But I'm contacting here on Rebecca today because I'm about to be taking my dog to the vet today, the rabies shot, and the thing is that last week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's got some. So to finish his question, Dr. Wallach, he's getting ready to take his pup in for a rabies shot. And he's wanting to know your view on that as a veterinarian.
Okay. Well, rabies shot is one of the safest shots out there when it comes to dogs. Okay. And rabies, of course, back in the days of the Bible, was a terrible, terrible disease. You get a wolf or a coyote or a dog, get rabies, and go through the community and bite people and give people rabies and stuff like that. It was a terrible thing. So they came out with the vaccination. It was very, very good. And it's one of those things where it doesn't cause any problems for the pets, doesn't cause any problems for the people who own the pets. It's a very safe vaccination, a lot of experience with it. And so if you don't get the rabies shot, and they have a law in your community that you must, if you have a dog, you must have, a rabies shot because they don't want to have anything happening in the community. So they passed a law that says all dogs must be vaccinated for rabies. Then you're risking, tickets, high-end money thing. So, and rabies shots do not kill dogs. Rabies shots do not kill the owners. It's a very, very safe vaccine.
So how do they contract rabies?
By a bite from a rabid carnivore, a dog, a coyote, a wolf, okay, and through saliva. It's the saliva that carries the virus, the rabies virus.
All right. Thank you so much for that answer, Dr. Wallach. Next, let's go on over to Phyllis with her hand up. I think she's the next one. Phyllis, go ahead and you're on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hey, Dr. Wallach.
Hey,
You have a contingent of loyal viewers out in YouTube land, and they have all kinds of great questions. I have several of them. First of all, Joe has a client. He is an 81-year-old man, 5'8", 159 pounds. Joe says that his client has good bone, but the client is wondering if he might have a possible issue with bone marrow. Is that possible, even if his density is good?
yes. Okay, it's possible. Because the bone marrow can fill up with connective tissue and the actual bony bone can be normal. And when you lose your bone marrow, okay, it gets filled up with connective tissue and scar tissue. You lose your immune system because your bone marrow is where your white blood cells, your antibodies and platelets and red blood cells are formed. So if he's worried about that, he needs to be taking our, let's see here, a bone builder. You can take 5 of those twice a day. I do that. I take 5 twice a day, the bone builder. I also take let's see here, I like our vitamin D3, even though I live in Southern California. I get out and I do sunning 2 or 3 days a week and spend half hour out in the sun just purposely to get the sunlight, but I still take my day. Also, wouldn't hurt to make sure that getting the rebound or sports drink, as opposed to soft drinks and that kind of stuff and juices, or sports drink. Rebound has 100 nutrients in it, including 75 minerals, which help the bones. Okay. So that's where I would go.
Joe was also wondering about gallbladder stones and kidney stones. And are they both caused by osteoporosis, or do they have different causes? Again, this would be gallbladder stones and kidney stones.
Okay, they're 2 different issues. Okay, kidney stones have to do with calcium metabolism, and you're losing calcium out of your bones because you're not getting enough calcium in your diet. Okay, where does the calcium go? It comes out of your bones, but then you get some of it go to your kidneys. You get kidney stones that are calcium. The gallbladder stones, gallstones, have to do with liver health, and so this is where you need the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. You need the MSM. You need our ultimate enzymes. We call the ultimate enzymes a gallbladder bottle because we put bile in there. And the bile will actually help melt the gallstones, but you need the 90 essential nutrients to make the liver happy, so it won't make any more gallstones. Okay.
Would the ultimate enzymes be helpful in getting rid of those gallbladder stones?
That's what I say. The ultimate enzymes are called the gallbladder in a bottle. Okay, because we do put the bile from the slaughterhouse cattle. We put it in there. I think we're the only company on earth that puts bile into our enzymes. Okay, we call it the gallbladder in a bottle. It's our ultimate enzymes. I take 3 of those with each meal. I only weigh 142 pounds and I'm 84. Most people think I'm in my 50s.
Man, oh man, I am going to love those enzymes. And finally, Aaliyah is wondering, you talk about no oils with the bad foods. We're not supposed to consume oils. What about oils from soaps, etc., that we put on our skin and our hair? And she gives the example of shea butter, cocoa butter. Are those oils okay to touch to our skin and hair?
Well, if you make them, if you make it yourself and you use it immediately, fine. But if you buy it from the store, you don't know that it hasn't been sitting in a barn somewhere or a warehouse at 120 degrees for 3 summers before they shipped it to your sales place. Okay, and that heat turns those oils, when they're good, when they're immediately squished out of the food, okay, but after a couple of days at the heat, it turns into trans fats, heterocyclamines, they cause cancer. And so you don't want to see, you don't want those things in a bottle because you don't know, it doesn't say these were made in 2022, and we just got them now in August of 2023. Okay, and so they've been in a warehouse in the heat in Southern California for a year. No.
I had no idea. We need to check on the origin of those substances that we put on our skin and hair because they absorb quickly. Back to you, Becca.
All right, thank you so much, Phyllis. And let's go right over to our next hand that is up, Dr. Wallach. And we have Zach. Zach, go ahead and, how come I can't unmute you? If you could unmute, there you go.
Yes. Becca, you have a lot of fans. Congratulations on that. Wow, we're excited. And thank you for having Dr. Wallach here all the time. We have a group of more than 25 that meet 5 days a week, and we talk nothing about Dr. Wallach. And we mentioned you, Becca, the great job you're doing. Thank you. And the team.
Yes, sir.
Crib death. Crib death. You've talked about that in the past, and the relationship with selenium and the contribution you did to have that added in baby formula. Could you just share a little bit about that? There's a client who is very grateful. You helped her with a lot of issues, and she just wants a little explanation of what you've done in that area.
Okay. Well, we got to go way back to, you heard the story today so far about the 500 sheep that died. Okay. And we got that big grant for $21 million for 10 years. After that grant was over, I went to the Yerkes Primate Center in 1976, and I wasn't there but just a couple of months. I found the first non-human case of cystic fibrosis. It's the picture that's on the front of the book, Epigenetics, with me with that baby monkey. Okay, it's a space monkey. Okay, and it had the disease. Okay, it's called cystic fibrosis, and I sent the slides to 5 different pathologists, 5 different medical schools. I didn't tell them it was from a monkey. I just said, I think this is cystic fibrosis. What do you think? And on their letterheads, they all came back and said, yeah, these are obvious cases of cystic fibrosis. And I told them it's from a monkey. We may have starting a colony of laboratory animals to study this disease. They're all excited. And then I got permission to do the biopsies in the other 23 baby monkeys or 24 baby monkeys in a colony. And they all had cystic fibrosis. So I knew it was something the dietitians were doing, playing around with the food and the diets and everything, because they weren't related other than that they were monkeys. They didn't have the same mother or father. And they summarily fired me, okay, when I gave my presentation that I was going to give to the federal government, and they fired me. And that's when I went back to school. I was teaching nutrition. I said, might as well get this degree, become a naturopathic doctor, okay? And my attorney, Jonathan Emord, and I, we're dealing with this and cystic fibrosis and muscular dystrophy. And we worked with Jerry Lewis. And we worked with him, Jerry Lewis. We found the cause, prevention, and cure for muscular dystrophy in 2000. Let's see here. We took it 2011. We took it to it was September 4th. We took it to the annual meeting of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. I take it back to Muscular Dystrophy Association. They summarily fired Jerry Lewis, put a gag order on him so he couldn't say anything about that we had found the cause, prevention, and cure for muscular dystrophy. The next day, on the 5th of September 2011, they shut down his telethon, even though he had raised $2.6 billion for them over 46 years. What a terrible story. Well, so Jonathan Emord, my attorney, and I, we used all this information and data in 8 trials against the FDA in federal court, and we won. And they forced all these baby formulas, Enfamil, Similac, to put these nutrients in there, okay? And suddenly now all these baby diseases went away, including sudden death syndrome. And doctors were saying sudden death syndrome was caused by the mothers laying on the babies and suffocating them. Okay, it was just simple nutritional deficiency. The babies were dying of heart attacks. Okay, I did a big interview a couple of months ago with Charlie Ward, big guy from Europe, and his Zoom goes all over the world, and told the story about that. And of course, the cystic fibrosis went away, muscular dystrophy went away, and a surprise to me, sudden death syndrome went away. Okay, and because it was just a simple deficiency of the nutrients in the baby formulas when we forced them to put it in the baby formulas. sudden death syndrome went away. And it was just a simple nutritional deficiency. We have been trying to get these nutrients put into baby formulas for years, and the medical doctors wouldn't let, all those minerals are toxic, you can't put them in baby formulas. And so when we finally got them in there, we ended cystic fibrosis, muscular dystrophy, and sudden death syndrome. So just a very simple nutritional deficiency, okay, causing the heart attack caused by this deficiency. And this heart attack is, you're seeing this now. There's kids and they're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old dying of these heart attacks. They're not on baby formulas anymore. Okay. And then we're getting kids in their teens dying of these heart attacks. They're not on baby formulas anymore. And when they get to be in their teens, they're going out with their buddies, they're eating badly and eating fried foods and drinking all these soft drinks and not taking vitamins, minerals. If they do get vitamins, minerals, they give it to the dog under the table. They don't take them and that kind of stuff. Okay. And so that's why you're seeing all these young athletes, including, let's see here, LeBron James, Bronny James, 18 years old, great kid. Very, very, very good. He'll be a professional basketball player. And he had a near fatal heart attack. Okay. Why would that happen? He's, only 18 years old. He's fit. He's, doing all this, but he wasn't getting all the nutrition. Was he eating gluten? I don't know the answer to that. Was he taking all the right supplements? I don't know the answer to that, but he had this heart attack and thank God he survived. Okay. And we've passed on information to LeBron James, passed to his son to get him on all the nutrients, proper nutrients, and stay away from the bad stuff. So we won't have another issue like this, because the second time it's usually worse than the first time. Okay. And so this is something that people have to understand. Plants do not make minerals, and minerals make up 2/3 of our 90 essential nutrients. 60 of the 90 essential nutrients are minerals. Plants do not make minerals. If there's no minerals in the soil, or they only have the 3 that plants are happy with, you could be 57 short. And that's why you have 18 different diseases. The doctors say, oh, you got bad genes because you have all these genetic diseases. No, you're just not supplementing, and you're eating the same food that your twin brother's eating, but he lives 2 counties away and he is supplementing. And so that's why he's not on all the prescription drugs that you're on. Okay, because you're not getting the nutrition. And so these are the sort of things that we're in control of. We get rid of all the bad foods, get them all the 90 essential nutrients. And, if they're exercising, they need to take the rebound or sports drink, which we made for Theo Ratliff. He was a mess, Theo Ratliff. He had a $25 million contract. No, excuse me, $35 million contract. And he lost that because he had bone-to-bone arthritis in his knees, 24 years old, and a basketball player. Let's see here, Mike Glenn, okay, the Stinger, basketball player, we had helped with his issues. He brought Theo Ratliff to us. We came up with the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for him, which was a Healthy Start Pack and our Glucogel. That's our Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. We came up with a rebound or sports drink for him. And he played for another 11 years and made $100 million. Now, he also did a beautiful thing with some of his money. With some of his money, Theo Ratliff, okay, he came up with a community and activity center, okay? Theo Ratliff did. Activity Center, Theo Ratliff Community Center. And he has this for young people, and he gives them free services. What a great thing to do for your community.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach and Zach. There is no paid advertising here, but I do want to thank you so much, Zach, for your kind words. We appreciate you and your whole entire group. And that's what this is all about, folks. Sharing information that allows them to make a more educated decision on what they can do for themselves. Dr. Wallach, I have one more hand that is up, so let's go right over to Patty. Patty, go ahead and unmute yourself, please.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi,
Becca.
Patty.
Hi,
How can we
Dr.
help you?
Wallach.
Hi.
Hi. So I have a question. One of our associates with longevity wanted to know what she can recommend her sister-in-law or cousin or something like that. I don't have all the information. I know the little boy is 6 years old. He is above his weight that he should be. He has urinary incontinence. When he was born, I'm not sure if when he came out, he had the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck or while he was in the tummy. But that was one of the questions or problems that he had, was the umbilical cord around his neck. And he's 6 years old.
Okay, so he's urinating a lot, right?
He can't hold it. Yeah. So he has to wear a diaper at 6.
Okay, does he have to change diapers in the middle of the night or?
No, I think it's like he has to wear a diaper all the time because he
Yeah.
can't hold it.
Okay, and you don't know how much he weighs?
No, but he's above his weight. He's a little over.
Okay. Okay, so let's say 6 years old, let's say what, at autopsy, it's a quarter inch thick. If osteoporosis of the skull at autopsy, it's an 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick, and squeezing all the 12 pairs of cranial nerves and also the spinal cord. And there's a chapter in this book for each of the cranial nerves, okay, and the spinal cord. There's 37 different, there you go, thank you. There's 37 different diseases you can get, 37 different diseases you can get, okay, having osteoporosis of the skull. And again, I would consider that for him. So it's 6 years old. He needs to be taking the 90 essential nutrients. If he takes pills, he can take the 1 dose of the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack per month, a half a dose a day. Okay, half a dose a day. And he can cut that in half, so he can take a quarter of a dose twice a day kind of thing. Okay. And then I also want him to have a rebound, in the middle of the day, not at night, he'll be up all night. Also, he needs the vitamin D3. He needs let's see here, seasoned salt from Australia. He also needs to have I'd get him on the Synaptive. You take 2 of those a day, start him out with 2 a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time. He also needs the I-26. He could have 1 of those chewables at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So 3 of those chewables a day that come in vanilla ice cream or banana coconut. They do come in capsules and powder. I also want him to have our bone builder, okay? Our bone builder. I want him to take 2 of those twice a day.
MSM?
I'm sorry?
MSM or no?
Yeah, MSM is fine, but he still needs all this other stuff. Don't pick one nutrient. Okay, he needs a complete program because he's got something very serious here.
Yes.
For his heart, his liver, his thyroid, his kidneys. Okay, and you said he did have kidney issues also?
Not that she knows.
Okay, yeah, it could be just the skull squeezing the spinal cord causing all this urination stuff.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Wallach.
Yeah, keep us informed, will you? Keep us informed.
Okay,
This can turn around to the good very quickly, and I apologize, but I got to go here.
Gotta go, Doc. So thank you again so much for joining us on Daily with Doc. Folks, we want to thank you for taking the time. You're not just taking time, you're investing time into your own self. And if you are listening on behalf of a family member or a friend, you're also investing this time into helping a greater cause. You didn't hear this just by chance. There is a purpose, and we encourage you to take that time, or take the time that you've spent here and use it wisely in sharing with others. Program with those that you know. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, you can just grab that link, share it, copy paste in a text message. They make it so easy now. And we want to also ask you to save and subscribe to our different channels. Now, we have something special going on, and this is for all of those that do share the program. We have what's called DWD giveaway. Is that what it is? Yes, DWDgiveaway.com. we are doing a promotion to help build awareness. And through this promotion, I will be giving away prizes. So there's a total of 11 people that will be winning something from me over the month of August. And I think we will, depending on how well it goes, we'll continue that as well. So go to dwdgiveaways.com, and AJ is getting that all. Register for our giveaway, and then you get points every time that you share with the different platforms. So folks, we invite you to help us get this message out so that we can, reach around the world, because this is not, like what I said in the beginning, it's not demographic. This is a worldwide epidemic when it comes to nutritional deficiencies and the conditions that have been linked to them. I'm sure that you know somebody who has something that might have been mentioned on this program, or is affected by, or their family is affected by one of the poor health conditions. When something has been determined to be nutritional deficiency, it only makes sense. You work on giving the body what it needs with that extra support. There's only one way that the body can go, and that's up. For the better. So there are times where, yes, it is, getting back to almost get there, folks. Let's be more proactive rather than reactive, and share this message and take action on it for ourselves and our families. If I could get my co-hosts up with me, that would be absolutely fantastic. I could not do this without them, as we have Mr. Giraffe there behind Albert, joining us here from South Africa, making sure that everybody is getting into the room smoothly. We also have Phyllis, who comes to us from many, many years being with Dr. Wallach and sharing this program over the airways, which I do want to do a quick shout out. KSCO, KOMY listeners, thank you for listening. Thank you for continuing to allow us to be able to serve you with this information. So thank you to MZ and Dave Michaels for making this program available still on the radio and the other radio locations. Let us know where you are listening from. Go to one of our channel on one of our shows and let us know where you are listening to or watching from. And I also want to thank Sherry for all she's doing. She's helping out more in not only letting people in, but also fielding in those questions that are coming in here on Zoom and answering those as well. And then we have Marilyn, who is doing the dictation of what Dr. Wallach is recommending. And that's one of the biggest positive advantages to being here live with us Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time, is you are able to open up that chat and see the questions and the responses that are being presented on the program. You can do a screenshot of that and then take it to your health coach and say, hey, Dr. Wallach recommended this for me, or I know somebody that has this condition. How do I get the products that Dr. Wallach recommended? And then we have AJ helping me with all of the technical stuff and making sure that the stream is going out and about. And we also have somebody that's not up on the screen. There he is. We have Coach Rod, who's also helping, making sure people get in and watching out on the different channels for questions to help field those questions as well. Folks, it takes a team, it takes an army to be able to present this information in the way that we do. And I just cannot say enough how much I appreciate these people. They're just a small handful of those that I have on my team that are able to join us during this time slot. If you are not working with a coach and you would like to, you've never spoken to anybody about longevity or Dr. Wallach before, then go to our website, dailywithdoc.com, at your questions, and also request to have a 15-minute free consultation with one of my coaches. Again, this is for people that have never ordered and are not already talking to somebody about longevity. get back with that person that you started talking with. They may also be one of these amazing certified holistic health coaches. And we want to make sure that they, since they took that time to share this information, that they also have the opportunity to continue to help you on this health journey. Now, I don't think that I forgot anything. Maybe not. But again, go to our channels, like, share, comment, and DWDgiveaways.com, DWDgiveaways.com. Wait, what did I forget, AJ? Oh, did you put it in the chat? That's way down there.
Yeah, there's no S on giveaway.
Away. Oh, DWD, very important, DWDgiveaway.com. So until next time, bye for now, everyone.